In our last video, we just finished the sign process and the user login process. So in this video, we're gonna start doing we're gonna create the new app in the backend for the properties, and we're gonna render all the properties, all the instance of the property to the front end. So let's start it. Okay. So we're gonna go to the backend first. Start app. Let's call it properties. And see here, we create a. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. We have a new property here. So the first thing first, we need to register the property, the new app in the setting backend setting file here. Do you see the third app? Properties, comma, and that's it. And so after create the property, we gotta start working the model. So basically, the property is like you know, the title, the location, the price, availability. So let's start create it. So let's name the here the property model. So the first thing we should have is probably the owner, which is who own the property. So which means we need to import the profile, the user, the models, import profile, just in case you profiles here, this one, and we just created in our previous videos. So we're gonna make sure it's foreigner key and profile, delete. This justly simply means when we delete the property, they also delete the user. Properties. And the second thing, of course, is the title of the property. Models. And max length, let's say 250. You can always increase that. And description. Models. And next, let's see the price per night. Next, of course, the location, the address. And also the mix length, let's say 555. And next, availability. Available. Let's say a boolean. And also the create is when we create this property. And we need a daytime field. Also auto. Okay, now we gotta show we're gonna display the instance of the property each as the title. Okay, so now first thing first, let's register the first. Do you see here? Let's register here in import models property, and no, property right here. So now after create a new model, we need to make a migrations, and we make sure to migrate. Okay, now let's check it out. Let's check out if everything works fine. Let's go back to the mix here. Okay, let's check it out here. So this is our profile here. Okay, let's see if we create our, go to our element panel and the properties here. So yeah, I think we did correctly, and we could run a test. Owner, let's say user 5, the title, let's say testing title 1, testing description 1, and let's say 129, and location 1234 Avenue, somewhere San Francisco. Yeah, and let's save it. Yeah, I think we did correctly. So yeah, that would be the step 1. We create a new app and a new property model, and right now we could see in here. So next, you could manually create different properties, but here I prepared a JSON file for you guys. So we create a JSON file in the property app. So let's create a file first called sample properties. Properties.json. This is a file. Then let me copy and paste all the files in the GitHub repo, and you could just, or you could, it's right here. So in this JSON file, those samples, I create 3 properties right here. And then before the one thing before you load this and use this sample, you gotta make sure the owner, which is the ID of the user, the profile. Let me show you guys how you check. So you go to after you create a super user, you go to the admin panel and you go to profile. Let's say you wanna use the user, and you go here. Can you guys see here? The 3, this right here, the 3. This is the ID. If you go to another one, 2. So I gotta create this user 1. So it's a 3, ID 3. So I gotta make sure this is the ID 3. I'm gonna click here. The ID, user ID. So it's a 3 right here. And after that, you exit the server. So after you have this JSON file ready, so let's stop the server and make sure you're in the project where you can see the manage.py and the Python manage.py and the load data, and the next will be the path of the JSON file. So it will be inside the properties, and this one right here, symbols underscore properties and JSON try. So here, which means we create 3 objects for the model. Then we start a server again, and we go to the panel. See the model here? See here? Yeah. So here, because I did it twice, one for testing. So if I do it again, that would be 9 off. Then you see here? No. Let's do it again. Here, I'll be 9. We're gonna have 9 properties now here. See here? So let's delete all the unnecessary properties here first. And yeah. So next, we need to create a Django view to provide when the front end asks for those properties. In the backend, we're gonna render all the properties. So let's get started. So first and first, we need to create a serializer. Serializer help us to convert the JSON into a Python data structure and convert back to JSON data when then send it to the front end. So let's do the serializer under the property file, the folder serial. I always have a hard time to spell this one, serializers. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's right. Serializers. And let's create a serializer for this. And this is relatively easier way compared to the profiles. And we just need to use the model, the property model. No, it's not profile, property here. And we name the serializer property serializer. And we use the serializers model serializer from the REST framework and class meta. And the model, all the fields, okay, we underscore O means all of them. So now we're gonna use this serializer to convert the data in the view right here. Okay, so let's create the view right here first. So let's import something here. We need a from the model, we import property. We from here the serializer, we import the property serializer. And we also need REST framework that response, import response. And we also need, yeah, I think I want, what else we need? We need a REST framework, the decorators. We import the API view. So yeah, I think we're good. API view, and the method will be get. So the name of the function, property list, which will return all the property objects to the front end. So first thing, we retrieve all the properties in the JSON, in the backend data. Property objects. All, so this one line help us to get all the properties in the database. And serializer property. I did it? Oh, property serializer. Yeah, this one. Property serializer and properties many is true. And after that, we return response serializer.data. So after we create this, we also need to create the URL file here. URLs. Then from here, also need to import Django URLs path, also from the views property list. Name, we should have called that property list. Okay, so this URL we need to also connect to the project URL profile here. So we just use we copy here path. So this one we create a one for the properties and properties.url. So we connect this by use the include here. So right now, let me check. Okay, nothing. So I think we could use the Postmate to test it out. So let me see. Okay. So we use the CozyStay here. Then we add a new request. It will be, let me see, it will be get. Okay, let's see here. It will be get, and the URL will be properties. I think that's it. Okay, code if I may, we need a CozyStay. Okay, and properties right here. So let's see. Okay, can you see here? We successfully, when you call the URL properties, we successfully get all the properties here. See here, we have 3 properties in the database right here, as we can see also like here. Yeah, and that's it. Will be for this video. In our next video, we're gonna create the front end where we could get those 3 properties and show in the front end in the React. That's it for this video. See you in the next video.